Getting up to speed with eCam. This is the series for you, and we've had a blast so far. Hope you've been able to check out some of the previous videos. We have covered functions, features, utilities, hacks, and best practices, but in this video, we're looking at two major features of eCam, and those are virtual camera and the Zoom integration. Let's dive in. Man, I am enjoying this so far. Showing you right now what it looks like in live demo mode. In fact, I'm going to turn off these two overlays, as you can see that I'm doing that here. Overlays are part of something we covered before. Different scene layouts is part of things we have covered in previous videos as well. But we want to make sure that you guys are able to utilize this and leverage this by going back and looking at some of the previous videos in this eCam series. Definitely excited for these functions and features that we get to showcase. Today, we're looking at the virtual camera, and virtual camera, if I can just take a second to explain it, the entire production window, right? Which is this box that you see me in, right? You've got the scenes on one side. I should have done this. Scenes on this side, overlays on this side. You've got volume or sound levels below me. But in this middle window is what I like to call your program window, and all the different things that I have or showcase in this program window is what is called your production screen, right? And so when you are going to utilize a virtual camera that's created by eCam, it allows you to take whatever you have in this window on the road, essentially, with you to utilize in other platforms like Google Meet, like Zoom, like other streaming platforms like StreamYard and Restream and EVMux. And I've even used this virtual camera as a guest in someone else's eCam. I'm going to show you all of those in just a second. But in order to turn on virtual camera, you want to go to your output screen up here at the top. You go to output and you have virtual camera here and virtual mic. You'll notice that they both say ready. And that's because I have installed them prior. And so if you need to install them, you would go right here to do that and you would install them. Make sure that they are ready to go. And there may be some other dialog boxes you have to click through, permissions that you've got to give it access to, but it's a one-time thing. And once it's done, it's done. And then they're ready to go. They should literally just show as ready, right? If I go here to output and again to virtual camera, it should just show as ready. And virtual cameras, you'll see eCam Live virtual camera in the different platforms that you are going to go into. So let's take a look at a couple of those right now. I'm going to go into Google Meet. So this is Google Meet that we're looking at right now. Just opening an instant meeting. And you'll see that my top-down shot, this is the Insta360 link. You can see that that's what's selected. Now I'm simply going to go select the top one. It's right above it. Elgato has one too, but it's this one here, eCam Live Virtual Camera. I'm going to select that one. And when I select it, you'll see there I am. And you can also see that logo on the side that lets you know it's more than just my camera. It's actually the virtual camera from eCam. So here I'm just kind of switching some scenes so that you see this is all inside Google Meet. This is all inside Google Meet, and that's pretty cool. Here I'm actually in StreamYard, and in that StreamYard screen, when you're getting ready to go into the studio, you can click on settings and select your camera. I'm selecting yet again eCam Live virtual camera, and again you're seeing, and now we're back. We have the eCam Live virtual camera ready to go. And now that I'm inside StreamYard, I can simply add my camera, which is eCam Live virtual camera, to the screen, and over in eCam I can make changes as if I'm running the entire show from eCam over in StreamYard, over in Google Meet, over in these different platforms. Here now we're on Restream, same plan, same strategy. You go here to select your camera, hit that arrow, go up to eCam Live virtual camera, and now you're seeing that I've got that selected. Enter the studio, and that's gonna give me my camera inside the Restream studio. So we've done Google Meet, we've done StreamYard, now we've done Restream. And in Restream, I'm just gonna switch a couple times to different scenes inside eCam that will showcase that this is indeed an eCam setup inside these platforms. The virtual camera is the ultimate cheat code, in my opinion. This is EV Mux. I'm going to hit this wheel and then select the eCam Live virtual camera. And that brings up the eCam Live virtual camera as well. So it doesn't matter which platform, and you can see as long as the platforms utilize a virtual camera, you can use eCam inside those platforms to make your production pop, to bring in other elements, to play a video, to do different things. And it really is such a game changer to be able to go through and do this. Now, this is the guest screen. If I was to come in as a guest inside eCam, this is the screen that you would see. And I'm using eCam Live virtual camera even as a guest inside someone else's eCam. So these were pre-recorded clips that I'm utilizing to be able to showcase what this looks like. And you can see now I'm in as a guest, but I have my eCam Live virtual camera, and that's what that looks like. And here's I want to pause here just to say there's a lot. I know it's like a mind blown kind of scenario. Virtual camera enables you to take your entire eCam production on the road, essentially, into any platform that accepts a virtual a webcam, I should say, right? Webcams. If it accepts a webcam, it will also accept eCam Live's virtual camera, and then that gives you all the functionality. I can't tell you how many times I show up to different online meetings, different platforms, could be Meet, could be Teams, could be Zoom, and I just put up my lower third, or I just put up my logo in the top corner, and people are looking like, how's he doing that? Man, you talk about standing out above head and shoulders above your competition, above your colleagues, above your fellow attendees to the meeting. People are looking at your screen like, how's he doing that? And is as if this could not get any better, right? Virtual camera is absolutely a cheat code. Another thing that I want to show you is the Zoom integration. And I think we just barely brushed on this in one of the earlier videos in this series, but here we are back on live demo mode, and you're seeing my whole screen. And I'm going to just simply click on this Zoom icon that's on the program window, right? So you can see that it even says show Zoom. Now, as I click on this, I'm going to bring this up. I want you to know that there is some steps to configure this. And if you're the administrator of your Zoom account, then there's really no problem to get this set up. But if you happen to have a Zoom account that belongs to an organization or a company, you may have to get the administrator of your Zoom account to enable eCam as an app that's going to integrate into your Zoom account. Because once it's integrated into Zoom, you will have this window. Most of you, if you're coming in fresh, if you're clicking on this Zoom icon, it will ask you to log in. It'll ask you to log in, but that process is going to differ from person to person. So it's not necessarily something that I can show, but I did want to showcase, like, once you have it logged in, and if you need assistance with that, definitely make sure you join the school community. The link is right on the screen below. Join the school community, drop a question, let me know. If you have any issues with anything, go join the school community. That's a place where we've got a growing group of creators that are doing the thing. But that's how you would do that. But once it's logged in, you now have all these icons. You can look at your scheduled events. So all of my scheduled events inside Zoom are here that I have accessible inside eCam. I can literally open up this discovery call here with eCam. I can just click on this and it will open up Zoom, and it will bring my entire production over into Zoom, but it will also enable me to bring whatever that client or guest is saying back into eCam, both audio and video. And that's the clincher. Okay, so we have this here, and that's pretty cool. If I want to join a meeting, I can join by simply putting in the meeting ID. You can see it saying that there, enter Zoom meeting ID. Or if you have the link, you can just drop the link in here and hit join, and you can do the exact same thing. As long as the host allows you to record, you will be able to join their Zoom meeting with eCam, and then be able to record pieces. I mean, Literally, I had a call with my coach, a one-on-one call with my coach, and I was able to record him as if it was a live show, and he was completely oblivious to what was happening. When I showed him the end product, he was completely blown away, because it was like, whoa, you were able to do all of that while we were just having a one-on-one session. That's crazy. So that's another really cool thing here. Of course, you do have the ability to just click to add a new meeting. So I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm clicking new meeting right now. And what you will see inside Zoom, what you'll see here inside the Zoom window, is that it has changed to have this here. And if you have, instead of the icons that were there before, it will show you, of course, hide meeting window, end meeting. You have different options here. As other people join the Zoom meeting, you also have the ability to see those people here. And in addition, if comments are coming in from Zoom participants, you have that here as well. And so I'm going to come out of live demo mode for just a second and go back to the teaching screen. And so now we should be able to see, we should be able to see Zoom, but I guess it is not showing it on the screen right now. So let's move this over, and we'll go back to here, and we'll go to this side, and we'll go live demo mode over here. So now you're seeing Zoom on the secondary monitor. And if I go to turn my camera on, it's going to have the inception effect, because I'm utilizing eCam to record this video. And of course, that's what would normally be showing here. If I decide to change my camera to something else, let's just say I'm going to change it to the Insta360 link, I can turn my camera on, and now I'm inside Zoom this way. So here now, we are inside Zoom, and you're actually seeing my laptop, which is over there, inside Zoom as a guest as well. Still using my top-down shot, but I did want you to be able to see Zoom is functional. If I go to chat, you'll see that the chat is here. I can change all the different things. Zoom is exactly the same way that it would normally behave in any other scenario. So when I come out of live demo mode, you'll see me again, right? Now, what I want to show you is over here inside eCam, that the comments, you see the comments, I'm just putting them over here, but the comments that were shared inside Zoom are now here as comments and reactions inside eCam. In addition, if I click this add button, you'll see live streaming capture mode. All Zoom meeting participants will receive a message that the meeting is being sent to a third party, even if you're not streaming in eCam live. Proceed. I'm going to add. So I click that, and it notifies everybody inside Zoom, but it does allow for me to now see this camera here in the Zoom window. I'm going to talk about what that does for me in just a second. So here I have the comments from the Zoom chat, right? The comments from the Zoom chat. If I switch real quick, you'll see that we have the comments here. But if I just put the comments on screen, boom, there's a comment. And of course, that's a little small. I want to make that a little bit bigger. And you can adjust these to your preference. But there's one, hey guys, how are things going? This is super cool. And again, this would show up inside Zoom, inside the program window, right? So if I come out of live demo mode, you'll see just me and the comment on screen, and you will have that there. The additional thing is that I'm gonna go back to live demo mode. I can go here to the Zoom window, and I can add this camera to the screen simply by going. So this, now that I've added this inside Zoom, I can come here to where it says Kirk Nugent and hit the plus sign. And now those two cameras are inside Zoom. Now I'm going to just add two more so that we can see the full cameras. This camera in the top is actually my webcam on my laptop on the machine over here, and that camera is coming from Zoom. And so, of course, one of the things that I asked is, can you show comments? And the answer is yes. And what about my video? And of course, the answer is yes. And so let me come out of live demo mode. So you're seeing this setup right now is just by adding 2 additional cameras, my top-down shot, my behind the scenes shot, right? Those are connected into eCam at all times. But then in addition to that, I have added a Zoom guest. Not only am I adding their comments to the screen, but I'm adding their video to the screen. And let me go back into live demo mode so you can see that Zoom guests audio is here as well. And so if I was recording this, if I was streaming this, I could bring guests in via Zoom. I can show this same screen back into Zoom as anytime I want. So on the Zoom side of things, I would just have to make sure that that camera is selected as the eCam Live virtual camera, and then it will have the whole thing there. So yeah, it should have the whole thing there. So here you're seeing what it looks like inside Zoom. And of course it's showing the live demo mode camera. So it doesn't necessarily show you what you want it to see, but you can see what it looks like here on the screen right now. And so yeah, this is absolutely something that we wanted to make sure we included in this series on eCam and getting started and getting acclimated. There's so many ways that you can utilize this functionality inside eCam, both the virtual camera and the Zoom integration, for your business, for your brand, for coaching, consulting, for guesting on podcasts, for recording your podcasts and doing different things. There's just so many ways that this could be used, and I'm super excited to be able to share it with you. And I'm hoping that you'll flood the comment section below with how you're going to utilize it and some of the things that you have been thinking about, because that's what it's all about. How are you going to utilize this? Just because the feature is there doesn't necessarily mean that it's definitely something for you. One more time, back in live demo mode, you're seeing again the Zoom integration here with the video that's already there. You have the output virtual camera. We talked about this, and it even says that it's in use currently. You have comments and reactions from Zoom, but this is where all your comments and reactions come in from, right? So if you had Zoom and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram going, all of those comments will come in, and I actually do that from time to time as I am utilizing the platform. It's streaming to all of those platforms at the same time. So you have your comments coming in here. You decide how they show up on screen. It's totally up to you. And then you can actually bring in your guests into the program window and show this to your audience in ways that would be effective, or for you to be able to record a coaching session. Listen, the possibilities in terms of how you could use this are literally endless. And so I know for myself, in terms of coaching and consulting and doing master classes and challenges, this Zoom integration has literally made me money. And if you want to know more about that, definitely hit me up in the comment section below, or make sure you join the school community where we can engage a little bit further. Coming up next in our last video in this eCam series, we're going to be talking about how to build and run a show inside eCam, or how to record for YouTube in one take, which is essentially what I've been doing this entire series. No video editing has gone into it. Maybe some of you can see that, but I definitely want to make sure you get a chance to check that out. And if you have missed out on some of the others videos in this series, go ahead and hit this playlist right here, and it's going to walk you through all of the different videos, functions, features, best hacks for eCam Live Pro. It's your boy Kirk Nugent, Geek Speaker Preacher. Excited for all that you're going to do with this platform. We'll catch you in the next one. Grace and peace.